Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Eric with Homeless Helping Homeless. We're doing our scratch off today, scratch and win. All right, today is Monday, and we are on the air today from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And what we'll be doing today is hopefully you'll be going ahead and logging in and donating and have the opportunity to win cash prizes anywhere from $5 to $10,000, and of course, the grand prize being the brand new Dodge Charger. All right, so what I'm going to do is start off today with a few shout outs to some of the other scratch off entities that are out there, and I've looked over some of their sites, and it really it really is very entertaining. Some of the stuff that they cover, it's pretty crazy. Yeah. Let me go ahead and switch screens real quick here. All right. What I'd like to do right now is we have a oh, thank you. All right. Let's see here. I'd like to go ahead and give a shout out to those who made donations on Friday. All right. So we have here Carl. We have Aria. We have Picole. Jeanette, Jeffrey, and Ingrid. So I'd like to give a shout out to all of you out there who've made your donations to our organization to help get the homeless off the street and into permanent housing. Hope you enjoyed the live stream that we did on Friday. That was our inaugural. That was our our toe in the water, as they say. Hoping you had a good time watching what we did. All right. So. Was there anything else you needed to cover before that? Or is that? Let's see here. Okay. Oh, I do have a donation here from Ali. All right, Mr. Ali, we have a ticket here for you, right off of our pile here, and I'll go ahead and do the scratch. Hopefully, this is a winner to start us off. Okay. All right. All right, this one. All right, this is the first one of the day, and unfortunately, this one is not a winner, as you can see right there. Unfortunately, but Ali, thank you so much, Mr. Ali. Thank you so much for your donation to our organization to help get the homeless off the street into permanent housing, and unfortunately, this was not a winner today. But we always encourage everyone to keep playing. Again, those cash prizes anywhere from $5 to $10,000, and the grand prize being a brand new Dodge Charger. So go ahead and put the non-winners down there. All right, now what I like to also do, again, went ahead and thanked everybody who participated on Friday, and again, Mr. Ali, thank you so much for participating today. What I'd like to do is go ahead and let's see here. Switch screens here a moment. All right, there we go. Like I said, I checked out some of the other YouTube that are out there. I'd like to give a shout out to them, and I definitely enjoyed watching some of their videos as well. I'd like to give a shout out to, and I'll be doing these periodically throughout the presentation. I'd like to give a shout out to Fix and Scratch. Fix and Scratch. I enjoyed their presentation. Had a pleasant viewing of your presentation. I thought it was great. All right, so I just want to give you a shout out today. This goes out to Fix and Scratch. Fix and Scratch. All right. Now, every presentation I'll always start off also with what do we need for our organization. For example, we do need affiliates to promote our live stream, Scratch and Win. That's our live stream, Scratch and Win. And we always encourage everyone to take a look at the link on the description below and subscribe with us if you would. We're also looking for volunteers, all right, volunteers to answer the phones, volunteers to help us with our social media, manage our social media, and help us with our program development, okay? We also need gently used clothing, anywhere from extra small to small, medium, and large, for all men, women, and children. Okay. We're also looking for, we need food, also we need toiletries, and also cleaning supplies. Okay, we're always in short supply of that, so if you're going to make those donations, we greatly appreciate that. All right, hope you all had a great weekend. Look forward to today's presentation. Hopefully we'll have some fun here. Like I said, I'll periodically give shout outs to the different YouTube scratch off type presentations that are out there. Another one I enjoyed seeing was Jigsaw Jeff 1. Jigsaw Jeff 1, I enjoyed your presentation as well. I thought it was nicely put together. Another one here is Scratch and Finish. Scratch and Finish. Some of these websites, they're incredible as far as what they have. Would you put it? Just the presentation that they put together, I think it's fun. They're mostly videos. I don't believe that they're live streamed. Let's see here. What else do we have? See if there's anybody else who is volunteering today, or rather donating today. So it looks like, switch screens here real quick. See what else we have. Okay, nothing at the moment. Right. Go ahead and minimize that. All right. Another one that I enjoyed seeing this weekend was AR Breaks, or R Breaks. I like their presentation as well. Everybody likes to have fun when they do these different types of presentations of the Scratch and Win, and they're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun to watch. As I said before, we always encourage everyone to click on the link below and subscribe with us. If you have anything you'd like to talk about, just go ahead and put it into the text chat there, and we'll go ahead and read your text chats out to everyone. If you have any questions regarding what our organization is about, again, if you go into the description below, it shows how long we've been around, what is our mission. Our mission is obviously to get the homeless off the street and into permanent housing. We did a live stream on Friday, and we really went into a little bit more detail about what that's about during the presentation. All right. I'd like to introduce my compatriot today, my comrade, Mr. E, as we call him. He is my partner in crime here on this on this YouTube sophomore day.
Hello, this is Mr. E.
And how are you doing today, Mr. E?
I'm good. I'm a little bit peeved because I was gonna make Eric my name, but you took it first, so I had to shorten it to just E.
Just to E.
Yeah.
Well, Eric is a great name. It's
it's
Benevolent King.
It's definitely the best name, and I guess first come, first served on that one.
Yeah.
The early bird got the worm.
Early bird got the worm on that one. Early bird got the worm. All right. I was looking around on different YouTube sites this weekend. Did you find anything interesting that was out there? Just kind of surfing. Anything kind of catch your attention?
I was actually reading some stories about past lottery winners.
Oh, yes, okay.
Like there's one guy who won the lottery. It was like 13 million or something, and he goes to redeem his ticket, and they're like, actually, you won double on this one.
Really?
You won twice on the same ticket and got 26 million.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Talk about the luck. There's another guy who had like almost the opposite luck, where he won like $1 million,
Right.
and then he almost died 7 times before that.
Are you serious? 7 times before he cashed it in.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And, but my favorite was a guy who won the lottery. He was getting like $600,000 a year or something for the rest of his life. It was
yes.
like big winning like that.
The payout.
The guy turns into a bank robber.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
He's getting paid $600,000.
I mean, you hear all the times about people who have a lot of money,
Right.
And they'll do anything they can to just keep their money, like they evade taxes or stuff like that.
Right.
Then you have plenty of people out there just like invested to grow their wealth, kind of thing.
Sure.
But becoming a bank robber, I
Well,
mean,
that could have been a childhood dream, and having that money set aside gave him that security that if he wasn't successful, maybe he wasn't thinking about the punishment of being put in jail, but maybe if it was a successful breaking in, he'd still have that money set aside.
it's not the most not the most financially secure
Endeavor, yes.
profession,
Again,
that you could go with.
yeah, some of those stories out there are just absolutely insane. There was what was it, one lady who let me think if I could. This is a little bit on the flip side of that. She apparently made a donation to her church, and her church ended up suing her because apparently she was trying to take it back, and they said no, you made the promise to do it. So they took her to court, and they actually won, which was really surprising, you know. So it was, yeah. Some of these lottery stories are just absolutely crazy. That one with the 26 million. What did he have? He just didn't scratch off the double or on it,
Whereas
or
now, I guess it's, kind of thinking the elation of realizing I won the lottery. You're not like, I guess he just didn't realize he had actually won the lottery twice on it
twice.
until they told him. Shout out to whatever clerk it was that told him that he won the second time instead of like,
Oh yeah,
I don't know,
absolutely.
if she could have stolen the money or something, but like, or just not
Yes,
told him, but
yeah,
like,
exactly. Yes,
couldn't.
sir. You won 13,000, and I'll take this extra 13 or 13. I'll take this extra 13 million for myself as a consultation.
Finder's fee, a consultation fee. But you know what I think though?
What's that?
I think that if you donate to us, we aren't going to sue you afterwards.
That is
So I think that's a
correct.
great idea.
That is correct. We are not in the business of doing anything like that. It's basically, you make whatever donation you want. Uh, if you want to take it back, you can do that. That's not an issue. But whatever donation you make, remember, it's to help get the homeless off the street and into permanent housing. Building that program, that helps your backyard, your city, your state. It helps our country to get the homeless off the street into permanent housing. So absolutely correct. Some of these other lottery stories that are out there are just the one that always gets me is the ones who they win so much money, but their lives just completely fall apart. I just don't understand that. Is get yourself an accountant, get yourself the attorney. Let your financial advisor help you move the money around, and just don't go crazy with it. There was one I read about where this one guy's the question was this: if you win, should you tell anybody? In this one particular story, the gentleman had won. It was like $100 million, and so he took the lump sum, which was about I think they get like 40 million. I think that's what he got out of the whole thing because they take about 60 out of it. So he got about 40 million out of the whole thing, and what ended up happening was he never told anybody. He didn't tell his family. He didn't tell his friends, and so what he did was, oh, let's see here. We have one from Aria and says, "Hey, I won. I got my. All right, thank you, Aria. Appreciate it so much. Thank you for bringing that up there. We have Aria in our text chat there for everyone to see. She has actually redeemed her prize of $15. Thank you so much. You have a blessed day. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day as well. She has won her $15 and she has collected it. She has received that payment. Remember, any cash prizes you win, we send it directly to you. We'll first go ahead and email to you and ask you how you'd like to receive that that payment. Would you would you like to receive it in the form of a check? Would you like to what platform also? Zelle, PayPal. Which platform would you like to receive the your winnings on? Okay, and Aria here has won their $15. That was on Friday. That was our inaugural day, and she has collected her $15 cash, and so that money is now in her hands. So we're very, very happy for her. Thank you so much. Thank you, Aria. She's our inaugural winner on our first day. So we always appreciate that. We appreciate all donations, and again, it all goes to a worthy cause. Remember, we're here to have fun raising this money for getting these donations to help get the homeless off the street into permanent housing. And we're here to have fun. We're here to entertain. Maybe in some way a little education as well along the way, which is always a good thing. It's always good to learn something new every day to keep that brain going, keep those neurons firing, instead of being the what do you call it? Just kind of being zoned out all the time. Kind of bring you in and help you with that. So One of the other stories I was talking about. Well, first, before I do that, let me go ahead and reach back out to everyone here in regards to shout outs. I'd like to give a shout out also to Secret Scratch. Secret Scratch, I enjoyed your presentation. I thought it was very nice. I thought it was informative. It was fun as well. As again, I'll be reading these out to different, different periods of time during the presentation. So I'll go ahead and read a couple of other ones that I have here. One is, I like this one, trying to win. I like that one. Just, I'm trying to win, so I'm scratching it off.
It's a, accurate name.
It's accurate. Accurate. Being completely honest, I'm just trying to win. I'm just trying to win. Let's see here. Another one here is, let's see here. Get rich, Ordy. All right, get rich, Ordy. I like that one. Get rich. Yeah, that's pretty straightforward and to the point. And the next one that we have here is Sandwell Mob. Sandwell Mob. So to all of those I just read out, giving a shout out to all of you. Enjoyed your presentations. I had a nice time watching them. Not boring, fun, light, and enjoyable. But kind of getting back to some of those crazy lottery stories. So this gentleman, he wins his lottery, and then what ends up happening is that he doesn't tell anybody. Doesn't tell his family. Doesn't tell his friends. And what ends up happening is he writes the story into this article, or rather to this reporter, and he's asking, should I feel guilty about doing that, about not letting anybody know? And so the author writes back, no, you shouldn't feel guilty. It's your money. You do with it what you wish. And so he was kind of describing how he lives his life. He doesn't do anything extravagant. He bought a very ordinary house, not a 10-story or a 20-story building or anything, just a very ordinary house. Kind of like if any of you've seen Warren Buffett's house, just that little yellow 2-story house out there in Nebraska. It's very, and he still owns it, from what I understand. Very, very just average house. And so with that, he bought a newer truck, not the brand newest, but I think it was like a year-old truck with very low mileage on it, and that was about it. And so with that being said, he just, the money's in the bank. It's, gaining interest. He makes donations to different organizations that he wants to. And so, just lives a very normal life. Come to find out, his sister apparently is this this little devil in the family. And she was trying to get both the parents put into homes. And so what ended up happening was there was this big battle between the sister, her husband, and her parents. And so what ended up happening was the parents won some court battle, so they don't have to get put into a home, so they can stay in their own home until they die. And they wrote the sister out of the will. So now he's in control of the family affairs, the family estate, and she is just, absolutely up in arms about it. So he said it's a good thing I never said anything about the money, because who knows what she would have tried to do if she knew that he had all this money, some sort of crazy lawsuit or whatever.
Yeah, you do hear about crazy things like that. And what's his name? Tracy Morgan, the actor.
What's that again?
Yeah, the actor. I think Tracy Morgan. He's on like 30
Oh,
Rock.
yes, yeah, Tracy Morgan.
It was. I remember hearing a story that after he made it as an actor,
Right.
he had been living in some kind of sketchy area, and
Right.
he didn't want anybody there to know about him or where he was going.
Sure.
So he just didn't tell anybody he was moving. Didn't no visible signs of packing.
Right.
Just vanishes in the middle of the night and goes to his new home.
Really?
So I heard a story like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I can see why. Once that big money comes in, a lot of people. What do they say? All of a sudden, friends and family come out of the woodwork that you've never even heard of.
Oh, hello.
Oh, who's this?
Ooh.
Let's see here. Is that pardon me if I mispronounce your name. Uh, is it Jujuan? Jujuan?
I'll just say Mr. Burton.
Mr. Burton. I'll just call it. There we go. Thank you.
Mr. Burton says hello.
Mr.
Hello, Mr.
Burton,
Burton.
how are you?
Welcome to our stream.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Uh, how are you doing today? I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're enjoying our presentation. If you're kind of wondering what we do here, again, we're raising money for our organization through Scratch and Win. That's the name of our YouTube. Basically, it's cash prizes anywhere from $5 to $10,000, and the grand prize of a brand new Dodge Charger. All monies go to our organization to help get the homeless off the street into permanent housing. And so if you want to click on that description below and take a look at what our organization is all about. We also encourage if you'd like to make a donation today, that'd be great as well. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Bird. Appreciate that. Hope you're having fun watching us. We're trying to come up with new ways of entertainment, so we'll have the Rockettes in here shortly. I'm not sure how they're going to fit in here, but it'll probably be 4 rows instead of just one long row.
There'd be some interesting logistics in getting that all set up in here.
That would be interesting.
I think it would end up with us getting kicked in the back of the head.
I might get one of those taps right in the back of the head there.
Of course, whenever you mention Rockets, I actually think of this band, the Akaboshi Rockets,
Mm.
because all of their songs sound the same.
Right.
Sorry to any Akaboshi Rockets fans out there in the audience right now.
Yes. Speaking of rockets, the other day, yesterday, Sir Richard Branson became an astronaut along with 2 other individuals. They went up to, was it the Virgin, I can't remember what they called I want to say Virgin Rocket. I don't think that's the correct word, but that place out in New Mexico that he has, to launch individuals who want to go into space, and you're up there for about 15, 17 minutes, something like that. And basically it's, you have the large plane, for those of you, you might remember the Anatov was one of the first planes that flew the space shuttle before the 747 was retrofitted to go ahead and carry it. So this one, basically it's kind of like, think of like a bird or like an eagle, and the talons basically hold on to the little rocket that then is released, and then it goes off and then shoots up and goes vertical, or not, well, almost vertical, up into space, and they're able to actually see. It was amazing. What was it? Stephen Colbert did. He hosted it. He was kind of roasting and ribbing Sir Richard Branson the whole entire time he's during the presentation. It's like, I really, what was it? One of the things he said, something along the lines of, they're really great friends. However, he has yet to be to his island, but that's just kind of the friendship that they have. Maybe if he didn't rag on him so much, he'd actually be able to go to it. So that was pretty funny, but it was great. It was about 2-hour presentation. I encourage you guys to take a look at that. It was really neat. You get to see what they saw. It's not just looking out the side window. They have circular windows on the top of the little shuttle that they're in, and they're able to look down and see the Earth, see Mother Earth. No no boundaries other than you have your geographical boundaries. Oceans, mountains. Other than that, there are no man-made boundaries other than the Great Wall of China.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Wow. Julie, good afternoon, you guys, and do wonderful work. Thank you.
Thank you, Julie. Appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying our presentation. We're having fun here as well. Hopefully we're entertaining and giving some educational tidbits that you may or may not have ever heard of. That's the idea behind education, learning something new every day.
That would make a fun idea for a lottery prize, go to space.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Instead of you always win vacations to somewhere far away. How about somewhere very far away?
Oh, yeah. How about, about 100,000, I think it's 100,000 feet. I think that's what they go to. How about 25 miles up into the atmosphere, and then taking a look at our Mother Earth, and then taking a look out into space as well. seeing, hey, that is a voyage that I've always wanted to do ever since I was a kid. I wanted to be an astronaut as well, I'm sure.
Crazy that you could go 25 miles straight up, and
Hmm.
it's a completely different world up there. If you go 25 miles in any other direction, you're on the ground. It just looks exactly like where it came from.
That's right. That's right. That's a great comment. Take 25 miles. You know, here on Earth, you might be in a different neighborhood. Obviously, you might be towards the ocean, or you might be towards the mountains. But there's nothing like that view from up in outer space. Nothing like that view from outer space. Um, just seeing the 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 curvature of the Earth. The curvature of the Earth, and so we'll leave. You see the blue marble, basically. You see that blue marble, and the marble is round. The marble
Yes.
is round.
I
It's
believe that NASA sells like a pin you can like stitch onto something or whatever. Like you can put on like your backpack or something, and the pin says something like, it's round. We checked.
well, I would have to say if you have a several. What is the Hubble telescope? It's like $100 million or something like that. I mean, it sees galaxies and universe. You know, unlike any other uh, telescope that we have from a visual standpoint, not radio or infrared type telescopes, but from a visual standpoint, unlike anything that we have out there. And so when you're up there and you're circling the Earth, I think it's what is it, every, every hour are they going around the whole globe? Because I know they're traveling at 17,000 miles an hour. So it's every couple hours they're seeing, or every few hours. I can't remember what it is exactly. You're seeing the sunrise and sunset, but it is round. It is round. All right. So what I'm going to do is give a shout out here to a couple of the other sites that I checked out over the weekend. The last one I left off with was Get Rich Orty. I'm sorry, it was Sandwell Mob. Checked out their website. That was fun to watch. Oops, my screen just go back there. There we go. Let's see here. Sandwell. All right, Tom's Lucky. I like that one. Tom's
Luckily, I hope he's
Lucky.
been lucky.
He had a few winners that he was working with there. That was fun to watch. This one's a good one right here. Mr. Beast.
Oh, Mr. Beast. I actually know. Well, like not personally. It's just he's actually pretty big online.
Yeah.
It was I think he. I'm not sure about this because it's been a while, but I think he might have been the one behind the big tree planting drive on YouTube
Oh,
or like
really?
online. That was like a couple of years ago. I think
Okay.
maybe
Big Tree Drive.
it was. I because I think that's the first time I heard of his name, but it was a
Okay.
thing where like I think you donate $1 and he'd plant a tree.
There you
And
go.
then so they like so at the end it was like an astronomical
Right.
number of trees that he got planted.
Now that's cool. For every dollar that you donate, planting a tree, yeah, you can't go wrong with
So
that.
I heard good things about Mr. Beast.
Yeah, there you go. Excellent. Excellent. Um, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So the Sir Richard Branson making it to space and becoming an astronaut. So that was a fun presentation to watch. And that was just yesterday. I think about 10 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time is when they took off. But the spaceport that they have, it is so cool. You look at it's out there in New Mexico. It's out in the wide open. It shows him. He's on his bike. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning. He's biking in, on his bike to go up into space, which was interesting. You see the analogy there. Riding on a bicycle, two wheels, under human power, and then you're going, and then with this unbelievable technology, within a few hours, going to space. That's that's the cool thing, and they don't have to wear spacesuits. They just wear basically like with the you see the NASA astronauts. It looks like the what do they call it? Like the painter suit. That's all they wear, and a pair of
Maybe
sunglasses.
that'd be a great promotional campaign. Can you explain?
Can I explain? As far as if you could punch into your text chat there for me, explain, and I'll try my best. I'm not sure of your question, um, Mr. Burton, if you could. But it was it was cool to see that. So basically, they're able, once they get up to that, I think it's 150,000 feet. Then what ends up happening is they're able to just unbuckle their seatbelts rather, and they're able to float around the cabin. And I think it's for about 17 minutes or so. But really cool. So that would be fun to have a scratch off of some sort to be able to uh, be on that ride, be able to just float around up there for about 17 minutes and just have a blast, seeing what very few individuals throughout history have been able to see.
You know, I think it would be a fun promotional thing. What about the two of us doing scratch off in space?
Yes. Oh, now that would be cool.
You know, that'd be partner up with NASA or something,
Right.
raise awareness. That would be fun. Although I was thinking, it's a great thing that modern technology has advanced so much. You can just go into space and it's just like being in an airplane.
Yes.
Because, you know, in the past, we wouldn't have been able to do that because the scratch off from the cards
Right.
would fly into the electrical circuits and start a fire, and then we'd all die up there.
Well,
And that would raise a lot of attention and get a lot of views.
well, that would get
But I don't think either of us are willing to burn in space
for
that.
those views. You know, the object of the game is to get as many views as possible. Obviously,
Maybe it was on the surface, but definitely not in space.
on the surface, yes. On the surface, being doing the scratch off and win is a lot safer, than scratching off in a I guess it would be a semi vacuum.
Well,
But
if you're
not
in the spaceship, you're not in a vacuum.
right. That's correct.
But outside
That
is
is a vacuum.
almost a true vacuum.
Right.
But it's not quite because it's still filled with, like, space dust.
Exactly.
It's like
Exactly.
you never actually get to absolutely nothing in space. There's always a little bit of something there.
Right. So with that being said, we'll try to keep the scratch off on the ground because although we want to have those million viewers, we still want to be around to say hello. All right. So, Mr. Burton, we're looking for your question there. So, if you have a question, just go ahead and throw it in there. Again, so I'll go ahead and kind of give us a quick review. For example, what are the things that we need for our organization? Things that we're looking for, such as checking out our screen here real quick. Okay. Things such as the affiliates to help us promote our live stream Scratch and Win. Things such as volunteers for answering the phones, to help us with our development program, to help us with our social media program. Okay, taking a look here. All right, Diana, how are you today? Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you for the great comment. This is awesome. Thank you so much.
I'm glad that you're enjoying it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Other things that we're looking for that we need are, like we said before, gently used clothes, extra small, medium, and large for men, women, and children. And then obviously toiletries, cleaning supplies, and of course, as well as food. All right, so if you have any of those that you'd like to donate, as far as time, as far as any of the things I've listed here below, please do so. And again, reaching out to those who would like to be affiliates with you to help promote our live stream. Okay. All right. What else was there that was interesting this weekend? I think the biggest one, like I said, was the space one. That program has been under development since 2004. So it's been almost, it's been 17 years. 17 years he started that program ago. And now he's finally up there. Pretty sure Elon Musk is next, as well as Bezos with their programs. But so far they're earthbound.
Yeah.
So far they're earthbound. All right. Any other interesting things you came up with or saw this weekend?
Hmm. Interesting stuff this weekend. I'm sorry to tell you, I have a very boring life, to be honest.
Sounds like mine. Very boring. Watching space, dust,
Well, I mean,
watching the
there's
grass
nothing
grow.
boring about space. I was reading somebody who is either, I don't know if they still are, but they at least worked in like the flight control in NASA.
Ooh,
And so they'd be there, responding to like, talking to astronauts, about whenever something goes wrong or whatever, and they have to go fix if there's like an instrument
yes,
malfunction or like an actual malfunction.
right.
They're saying that like being in space, it's like the world is just constantly trying to kill you.
Yes.
And so it's just so you have to go through a ridiculous amount of training to be an astronaut. And like, training in everything, on how to stay healthy, on how to fix all the machines and
Right.
whatnot. So like anytime something goes wrong, it's like several hour long ordeal where the astronauts have to go all over the place and like
Right.
run diagnostics on everything and try to figure it out. So it's not as dramatic as you'd often see in like Apollo 13,
Right.
where they're in a room with like a bunch of like kind of food and cardboard tubes, and the
Right.
scientists in there are like, all right, this is what they have to work with. You have to make an oxygen scrubber.
Right. Exactly.
It's a lot more tedious than that, but it's a lot of complicated, thought-intensive work.
Right. What was it? The Snoopy Award. They have that. It's like 13 seconds or what? What can you do in 13 seconds? I think that's what they have a saying, and that was help putting that scrubber together or something like that. Not necessarily 13 seconds of that particular project, but what can you do in 13 seconds? I think it was something having to do with burn ratio or something like that to help get their trajectory back on track because they had lost power and such. So yeah, those men and women, just definitely hats off to them.
Yeah,
In that
speaking
program.
of women in the space program,
Mm.
there was it's one of the probes that they're launching, I think all the way out to Saturn or something. And this woman took the lead for the calculations on the trajectory.
Mm.
And so they launched it out there, and so it's the thing where you calculate, all right, this is what we need to do, and
Yeah.
so this is where it should end up. But of course, things never go like according to plan,
Right.
because space is filled with just stuff that's going to mess up,
Sure.
all of your calculations.
Yeah.
So it's always just, they do their best, and we'll try to fix along the way. But if there's a satellite all the way out at Saturn, there's only so much you can do at that point.
Right.
And this woman, so she ran the calculations, on what they should do, and she got it there to within within 20 feet or something.
Are you serious?
It was
20
incredible. That is
Wow.
a triumph of humanity right there.
From here to there by 20 feet.
It was
That's
I don't remember the exact number. It was
Yeah, but
something
something, yeah.
mind-boggling like that.
small.
Like
Yes.
it was something that there's so much along the way that would have knocked it off course, like space rocks or just gravity from other planets. Like you can only calculate so much.
I wonder if
And
she'd
the
be
fact
good
that
I wonder if she'd be good at golf. The trajectory, force, hitting the golf ball, launching it. You have wind conditions, you have barometric pressure, you have gravity, you have the sun heating the earth, so you have heat rising and cool air falling. So all these different types of potential projections to get the ball from the tee to the green.
Well,
Not to mention the amount of force, swing speed and everything
I
just to
don't
hit
know.
it right.
I'll be honest. Well, I'm more of a math guy than a sports guy.
Well,
So
that's-
I think
it's
sitting
math.
down and calculating a huge problem like that is more fun than kind of looking at this ball and thinking, how hard am I going to hit this thing to get it over there?
Well,
But it would be funny to be watching golf on the Golf Channel, where you
Yes.
watch Golf Channel.
yes.
To be watching golf on the Golf Channel, and it's the person goes up and they hit the ball, and the next person goes up and they hit one. And the third person goes up and pulls out a blackboard and starts furiously scribbling math for 2 hours, and then hits the ball.
For that one shot.
Yeah,
For that one shot.
every shot, every time the person comes up, it's another 2 hours of chalkboard.
So for one hole, potentially, especially if you're on a par 5, that's
Well,
10 hours. of
Okay, no, but
calculation.
keep in mind they've been putting 2 hours of thought into this, so it's always a hole in one.
Oh, nice. Okay. There you
Well,
go.
okay, we're
So
assuming they're good at math. Maybe they're just bad at math, but it's not helping.
if that was the case, you have 16 hours. I'm sorry, 18 hours. 16 hours, unbelievable. 18 hours, 18 holes in one.
That would be something.
That would be interesting. Basically, you just go ahead. Each round is about 4.5 hours, so you have 2 days per round. Out for 4.5 hours, and you come back the next day, 4.5 hours. Man, you just clean house.
You know,
Clean house.
there's a bunch of people out there who like trying to look into like some mathematical stuff behind like lottery winnings. Like
Yes,
they
I
think
was
like
just gonna
prime
say that.
numbers are more or less likely to win, or like they kind of like look at like what numbers, when there's any special traits with the numbers that won.
Right.
And it's interesting. I think it's fascinating. They put so much thought
Effort.
into it.
Hmm.
I mean, it's still just random numbers
Right.
that are spit out somewhere. There's not a secret pattern going on there.
Right.
But I don't know. I wonder, where, like after all this time, where do you think they are with their theories?
With their theories,
Yeah.
I don't know. Those, that kind of math, that's statistics. All
Well,
those
not necessarily. Well, not really.
probabilities.
Well, I guess kind of statistics. Like, there's the statistics of like, where to go to get winning lottery tickets. Like we're
Mm,
watching.
yeah.
I'll have to look at the name of the channel and I'll throw it in the description afterwards. But there
Right.
was a guy who was talking about that you want to get lottery tickets in stores from like towns that I think like sell lottery tickets well,
Ah,
but from the
yes.
stores in the town that don't necessarily sell a lot. Because they're more likely to put a winning ticket in a town that a lot of people buy from. But, because a lot of people are buying there, you're not as likely to get it. So you want to go to a store that actually doesn't sell as many.
Yeah. So
And
you're kind of driving
he's
out
talking
to
about
the
that. So
middle of
so there's actual mathematical insight you can get into by doing things like that.
yes.
But, whether or not the prime number is more likely to win or stuff like that is, I think, in my opinion, that's a fruitless endeavor. Like, it's just a computer out there spitting out some random numbers at the end of the
True.
day.
Yeah, those are algorithms,
I mean, if you want to go truly big brain 5-dimensional chess, you could be looking into what kind of random number generators they're using,
exactly.
and find out some things like that. Because depending on how good your random number picking is, they can
Right.
be better or worse. Like you can get ones that just are unlikely to pick some numbers and more likely to pick other numbers because it wasn't well made.
Right.
So if you I'm imagining that actually how they pick the random numbers, so it's like very secret,
Right.
specifically so they don't want people trying to mess with it.
Well, of course, because that's the secret sauce, right? That's the secret sauce. How do you know, sit down with a supercomputer, and then of course you have the algorithms. The algorithms are only as good as the individuals the information that you're putting into the algorithm to
Well,
figure these things out.
more or less. There's a while back there's like a Google engineer who was he was working on Google's like reverse image search, where you
Okay.
can put an image in and it'll try to guess what the image is.
Right.
And he put in a photo. Google correctly guessed that what it was a paper shredder.
Okay.
But the guy was thinking to himself, how did the algorithm figure this out? Because if I looked at this, I wouldn't know what this is. Like if I didn't already know that this was supposed to be a paper shredder when I put the image in there, if somebody showed this to me on the street,
Right.
I would like, it's a black box. I don't know. There's no markings on the outside that would indicate what it is. It's just this big black rectangle.
Oh.
And so he couldn't understand how Google was able to figure out that this was a paper shredder. And he worked on making the algorithm that Google used to figure out it was a paper shredder.
Really?
Yeah.
See, that's the kind of mathematics that I'll be honest. That's just that's a little too much for me.
How does one win in Illinois from Mr.
Where's
Burton
this?
here? Mr. Burton's asking, how does one win in Illinois?
Oh, how does one win? Okay, now remember this is a donation. All right, so when you're donating to our organization, this donation, then what we're going ahead and doing is we'll go ahead and scratch it off for you. So as you see this pile here of tickets, we'll go ahead and scratch this ticket off for you. And then what will happen is if you win, we'll go ahead and send the winnings. First, what we'll do is email you and ask you where you would like the winnings sent to. In other words, which platform. Do you want it on PayPal?
Yeah, we can say
Zelle?
PayPal, Zelle, stuff like that, or just by check. But
Right.
really, it's in the description of this video should take you to the web page, and you can learn all about how to participate in it
Right.
down there.
So, and then of course more about our organization and what
Hmm.
we're doing. Um, so yeah, that going ahead and he could not figure out how that box was a shredder according to the formulas that Google had used.
Hmm. But of course, it's one of those situations where sometimes you write something that's smarter than you are, but generally, it's not gonna, it's limited by how smart the person was who made it.
Hmm.
There was a famous story of the United States battleship. Or no, it was like a destroyer, like one of those smaller, like
Yes,
frigate type
destroying
things.
escorts. Yeah.
And it was sailing, and the crew members entering a log and accidentally divided by zero. And the whole ship was stranded without power for hours as a result.
Really.
Yeah. Legendary division by zero error. So I always remember the days of being in high school and they'd give you
Right.
some algebraic question and be like, what's wrong with this?
Right.
Because you'd solve it at the end and it'd be like 0 equals -1. And it
Right.
was because hidden in all of the algebra you abstracted away was division by zero.
Yeah. Yeah. See, mathematics. It's all right. So, Mr. Burton, how? All right, Mr. Burton, if you just let's see here. How? Okay, so I hope that answered your question. When in Illinois, explain how. Okay, so did that make sense, Mr. Burton? If you just type into your text chat there for us and let us know if that explanation made sense to you, and of course, if you take a look in the description below, go to our website and it'll explain how the rules and regs work. I just gave a very, very brief overview of how it works. But again, it's a donation, so you can play anywhere.
Yeah, it's
But yeah, mathematics. It's the what is it? They call it the language of the gods, or it's the purest language because there's always an answer.
I knew a girl way back when who wanted to become a mathematician because she said that, in every country, you have different languages,
Yes,
but math
math
is
is
always the same.
absolutely,
I always thought that was interesting. I've
absolutely
always, a lot of people don't like math. I've always thought math was interesting. I think it's people have a misconception of math,
right.
and they think that math is looking at some formula and just quickly calculating in your head like
Hmm.
some kind of computer. That's not really the case. It's more like math is you're looking at it's like some kind of puzzle, like like a puzzle, and you have all these different tools, like you have screwdrivers and hammers and whatnot.
Hmm.
And math is just you have to be able to look at the problem and be like, okay, this I have to use a screwdriver for this part over here, but first I have to hammer this thing out of the way.
Right.
So it's all about learning what the tools are,
Right.
and then being able to look at something and figure out where the tools go. And then it's just you don't have to memorize the tools. Like over time, using them hundreds of times, you'll just memorize them
Oh,
naturally.
absolutely.
But before you just look them up. Back in college, I had them all the formulas written down on paper.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely it's a language. I remember taking calculus, all of that, mathematics. It's the language that if you look at mathematics from the standpoint of hey, for example, if you want to figure out what kind of returns you're going to get on whatever investments you're in, man, you got to know your math. You got to know your math. Now we're not talking about
Actually, I have some exciting news.
what's that?
Apparently tomorrow we're going to be giving out some free tickets to people in the chat.
Oh, excellent.
It's the details will be worked out, so you'll find out tomorrow. But
Okay.
that's exciting. So
Absolutely.
for anybody who's currently watching right now, you should come by tomorrow because you might have the chance to win something.
Fantastic. So remember that. Put that on your calendar for tomorrow. We'll go ahead and scratch off tickets for you.
Yep, and it should be the same time at
1 o'clock to 2
1
o'clock.
Eastern Standard Time.
Yep.
So that's something that'll be exciting.
Yeah, that'll be fun. You'll enjoy that. There should be some winners there as well. I'm projecting. Yes, I think there will be some winners tomorrow. That is my mathematical calculation right there. Just a quick yes. There'll be some winners tomorrow.
It's true that this man he does have incredible powers of foresight.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I project that $1 billion lottery, that will be mine as soon as that comes up next.
All right, I take it back. I don't think he has very good powers of foresight at all.
Yes, I do. Trust me, I'm very good, very good. All right, we have about 10 minutes to go in today's presentation. Remember, we're on every single day, Monday through Friday, from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right now, we're at 1:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so we have 10 minutes left. So for those of you who are watching, if you'd like, we encourage you, please make a donation. It goes towards a worthy cause to help get the homeless off the street into permanent housing. Again, you have the opportunity to win cash prizes from $5 to $10,000, as well as a brand new Dodge Charger. So what I'd like to do is continue to give some shout outs here to other YouTube scratch offs that I saw over the weekend. Let's see here. This one I like here. Mr. and Mrs. Scratch.
Like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but with Scratch?
There you go. That's exactly what
I
I
like
was
that.
thinking. Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah, I like that. They
I
have a
like
picture of them up there, the husband and wife up there. So I like the duo. I like the
I
duo.
like that. That makes you see photos of other couples being cute or something.
Right.
That, kind of fills you up with happiness. I just got that from that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a great name.
Yeah, and they're smiling and everything. So
I'm definitely going to check that out myself after
yeah,
this.
I liked it. I thought that was a cute one. Let's see here. Then we have another one here that I saw. Let's see here. It's NI and then Dream. I'm sorry, NL and then Dreams. All right, that was a fun one to watch as well. Let's see here. Bieran, Bieran, Bieran. Let's see here. Bieran's cards. Bieran cards. Bieran's cards. Bieran's cards. There you go. Bieran's cards. So that was a nice one. Let's see here. Y3 Not. KNOTT. Y3 Not. These are all these different sites you go to. They all have their different spin on how they do it. There was one, I'm trying to remember which one it was, and I didn't write it down. But he used one guy uses for example, I use a $50 here to scratch off the tickets, and everybody has something different that they use. One guy uses he uses a bottle opener for the scratch off. Just kind of
I saw that one.
You saw that one?
It was the first one I saw was like a bottle opener.
Exactly.
I thought it was going to mess up the card or something. It was the smoothest scratch you've ever seen.
Exactly.
It comes clean off and looks beautiful. I was like,
Exactly.
I was impressed.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe we should get a bottle opener for.
That's the market for professional right there.
There you go. That's what you call a professional. When you can take a bottle opener and use that as your scratch off, and it's nice and smooth and doesn't damage the card. So that way you can see what he's winning, right? But the funniest one I saw was the guy goes into his what they call it. He calls it his drawer. Kind of a it's in the kitchen. It's just got all the stuff in there. Screwdriver. Pez dispenser. He pulls out a Pez dispenser and he's using that as a scratch off. That one I thought was the best one, the Pez dispenser. So I thought. I do apologize. I can't remember which one that was, but whoever that was great. I enjoyed that. Another shout out here to Martin Lewins. Martin Lewins, I enjoyed your presentation as well. That had some nice tones to it, as well as I like the last one here. There's two more for shout outs today. One is called Only Scratch. Only Scratch. I need a bath. Is that another scratch off site? Diane, just a real quick question for you. But the one I like the best is second best. But Daddy Scratch. Daddy Scratch. So yeah, I just like the cleverness of the name of the site, Daddy Scratch. Ours is scratch and win.
Straight to the point.
Just straight to the point. We're not beating around the bush. Listen, scratch and win. Much like who's the one that's just doesn't beat around the bush here. Let's see here. Trying to win. That was just, straight to the listen. I'm trying to win.
It's memorable.
That's why it's memorable. There you go. It's memorable. That's why I'm just I'm playing the game, trying to win. Let me scratch off here. So ours is scratch and win, and obviously, we're looking forward to continuing to entertain you and have fun doing this. Mr. E and myself, Eric, we're enjoying our presentation here. We had some fun topics today, covering different things, everywhere from different lottery winners.
Yeah, we got to talk about math. That was fun.
Math, yes, there you go. Math. I enjoyed that.
The legendary, exciting topic that everybody in school looks forward to.
Exactly. We'll try to keep you awake with finance the next time.
Finance and economics.
Yes.
And what else can we talk about? Diplomatic history from the 1700s or something between court politicians.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
And borders of North and South Carolina in the 1600s.
Action-packed schedule.
Action-packed schedule. We try to make it exciting to where everybody has fun. You're learning, although you're going, what in the world are these two jokers up to? We're trying to raise money for our homeless organization, Homeless Helping Homeless, to get the homeless off the street into permanent housing. That is what we're doing, and making it fun and entertaining for you to watch while I scratch off live your tickets when you make donations, and play this anywhere you want. Remember, it's a donation. So like Mr. Burton was asking, if he's in Illinois, can he play? Yes, you can play anywhere in the world. Why? Because it's a donation. You're making a donation to our organization, and then we go ahead and pay you according to whatever platform you want us to send the money to. PayPal, Zelle, check, doesn't matter. Whatever what do you call it? Platform. I just said it. Whatever platform you're on, we'll send the money to it. All right, looks like we got
only a few minutes left.
2 minutes, couple minutes left, 2.5 minutes,
there.
something like that.
Yeah, we're good at math.
Yeah, it never gives the 157 and then the rest of it. It only goes to the hundredths of a second. How about can we have the thousandths of a second? That would be nice. So that way you can get a better idea.
Yeah, numbers that go by too fast to recognize. Very helpful.
Right.
Actually, that reminds me of a story, I guess, real quick before we go off, of one of the street magicians, like David Blaine, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
One of those famous ones.
Right.
And he has a trick where it's, it's basically, you pick a card out of the deck, right? And then he'll show you what that card is. And that's the basis of the thing. And he just adds more stuff onto it to make it even harder. But, that's the core of the thing. And the way it works is he'll kind of flash, he'll spread the deck out and flash it before you. But he doesn't say it goes by too fast, but you can't see what any of the cards are. Except one, which he deliberately leaves out so you can see it. And so that's the card you'll think of.
Right.
And so that's the card he has to keep track of. And he was doing this trick live with this girl, and the girl got distracted and didn't see the deck, and so just made up a card and threw him for a loop. So you can see him just kind of so I think in the end he ended up kind of saving the trick, but it was pretty funny. You could see the panic in his face as he realizes that this isn't going to go how he planned.
Well, I think one of the fun ones that I've done before is you just take a deck of 52 cards, and then you say, okay, all right, which card, pick a card, fan it out, pick a card, all right, put it back in, and then mix them all up again, and then you just go by one. Is this your card? No. Is this your card? No. Is this your card?
He got me with that one.
I got that with him a couple of weeks ago. And he's going, after the fourth one, he said, do you know what my card looks like? I said, I have no idea. Is this your card?
Yeah, I asked you, are you just going to keep going until you get to my card?
Yeah, exactly. Like they say, if at first you don't succeed, try again. Yeah. Is this your card?
100% guaranteed to work within 52 attempts.
That is correct. 100% guaranteed that within those 52 cards, I will find your card. I didn't say how long it was going to take.
Joke's on you, I picked the Joker and you didn't even shuffle that one in there.
Exactly. Set that one off to the side. All right, so it looks like we got about 30 seconds left. Ladies and gentlemen, had a great time today. Again, take a look at our website. Go to our description below. Check out our website to see what we're doing, subscribe, as well as remember, cash prizes from $5 to $10,000, and a brand new Dodge Charger is the grand prize. And the object is to get the homeless off the street into permanent housing. We look forward to seeing you again tomorrow, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you then.
And don't forget, we'll be scratching off tickets, for free for people in the audience. So, show up tomorrow.
That's correct. Don't forget to show up tomorrow
All right.
so you can get those free tickets.
We hope to see you there.
That's correct. Scratch and win. I'll be doing the scratching. You'll be doing the winning. Take care, everyone.